Noswaith da, good evening. Oh, bit of Welsh, lovely. Thrown in. Welcome back to Set Him Off. Another week, another episode, a lot to talk about. We're going to dissect some of the news. When I say we, I'm on about myself. Sam, and joining me, of course, as always, is my ever-present podcasting partner, and I think he's now my ever-present personal trainer as well, because he's helped me out in the gym, isn't he?
We're hitting gym together, guys.
We are hitting gym together. Alex, how you doing, mate? I saw you about
your
an
ever
hour ago, but
present.
how are you?
Yeah, I know. Your ever present, very red partner. I think I've caught the sun quite badly around my cheeks, my nose, I'm all right, plodding on, watching the football, which is what we're here to talk about.
It is not sunburn.
Not sunburn. No one cares about that. Just put some, what is it, aloe vera?
Bit of aloe vera.
Yeah. Aloe vera. Sort it all out.
And if you're
anyway,
aloe vera.
Yeah, aloe vera. If nobody laughs at the jokes, at least we do.
At least we do. Now, if nobody listens to it, at least
we do. At least we do.
So there we are. Alex, do you want to kick us off? Trending off. Give us your first news story.
My first news story, I want to talk about Man United. All right. And they're just, I've been talking to several people. I was talking to Barber, he's a United fan. I was talking to a few other people, and we've all sort of come to the conclusion, because I'm very much of the same conclusion, Manchester United are no longer a sinking ship. By which I mean the ship has sunk. They're finished.
Finished?
They're finished. They're finished as we know them. They need a total revamp, a total overhaul if we want to see Manchester United win games again. Because whatever happened to them, I was thinking today, I was in work, and I was thinking today, is it a coincidence, right? How Manchester United have taken well-respected managers, David Moyes, who was well-respected at Everton, who came after him? Van Gaal, very well-respected at Holland, and still is. After him was Jose. Was it Jose?
Yeah. I think
to be fair, Jose was an exception, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wasn't necessarily a very well-respected manager. Ralph Hasenhüttl, who was he in charge of before?
Rangnick.
Hasenhüttl, he's in charge of Southampton, isn't he? Ralph Rangnick, yeah. Where was he?
He's been at Leipzig.
Yeah.
I want to say Schalke. A couple of German clubs. Very well regarded in Germany.
But there we are. These managers have been well respected, well regarded, like you said, wherever they've been, prior clubs. And then they come to Man United, arguably the biggest club in the world, most famous club in the world, biggest brand in the world, one of the biggest brands in the world. And then they get made a mockery of. You got those memes of David Moyes, you got the memes of Van Gaal falling on the floor, whatever else, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, all that kind of stuff. My point is, I think Manchester United now are a detriment to everybody within the club. As far as like staff and players, because the cooks, they do their job. I'm sure they do their job very well.
I agree with you, but I think bringing in Rangnick 6 months ago, whenever it was a very smart move. Not necessarily as a manager, but when he goes to the back, he knows what he's doing. He was involved in the Ten Hag appointment. I think it's a good appointment. Why
did they not do that in the first place then? Why did they not just put him and let him do what he does best straight away?
Rangnick has said this week, I think, that Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, they've got football brains at the top. They've got people who know the game, who know how to build a successful football club. Yeah, they do.
The only one that I'd argue there is Abramovich, but obviously that's all a bit up in the air at the minute.
But not anymore.
There we go. Man City, who's it? The Sheikhs, yeah?
No, I don't mean owners. I don't necessarily mean owners.
Okay, right.
I'm on about directors of football.
Okay.
And, scouts and the people running the show football-wise are football people. United.
Well, who's it? The Glazers are in charge of United, yeah?
Yeah.
As we know as well, documented by Gary Neville. Because that's all he ever seems to...
Ed Woodward.
Ed Woodward's another one. Was he the director of football at Man United?
Yeah, is he gone or is he on his way out? I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
I'm not sure.
But that's a prime example. They're going to get someone like Ralph Rangnick in now in the back, and that's going to help. I think Ten Hag's a really good appointment personally. I think Ralph Rangnick has said this week, possibly 10 new players in the summer. I think we could be seeing even more go.
Right. Here's my thing. What's he going to do, though? Is he going to get rid of 10 new players and bring 10 new players in, or is he going to build a team? Because since Alex Ferguson has left, Manchester United haven't competed for a title since, have they? Let's be fair. Except for that season with Jose, where he brought in Ibrahimovic.
I know they were competing, but they did finish second last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't compete. I mean, if you finish second, right, you expect to be competing for the league.
Yeah, like whoever finishes second this year, be it City,
it's going to be close. Exactly,
they will have competed for the title.
Yeah.
At no point last year did I think, United could win a chance.
It was never a close second.
No,
do you know what I mean?
No.
So that's my point. Is he going to bring in 10 new players and just do the same thing? Because quite frankly, I don't believe that Manchester United are letting the managers pick the players. I think it's somebody up at the top say, Sancho's had a good season, bring him in, he'll be good, he'll sell a few shirts.
But this is exactly what I'm on about. Rangnick is going to be that guy.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
yeah.
I think bringing him in and moving it there, I think that is setting the wheels in motion for bringing United back. I think it's going to take up to 6 years, like it did for Liverpool.
I think it'll take another 10. I think honestly,
I think it's going to take a long, long time. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Newcastle playing in the Champions League before we see United win another title.
I would go as far as to say, I'd like to say that Derby will probably be back in the Premier League before Manchester United will.
No.
Well, it depends who takes them over. I think they will have quite a big takeover. That's what I predict anyway. But I say they will be back in the Premier League. I predict 10 years. That's how long I think it'll take Man United.
I think it'd be a long time. I think this is the Liverpool era for Man United.
Yeah.
Where we had
Liverpool dropped off.
Yeah, playing on Thursday nights in the Europa League, and that was such a big thing when Liverpool dropped down to that. I can remember it. You had the whole 30 years, you want a title, you want a title. I think that might be United.
Well, Roy Hodgson was in charge for a while.
Yeah, maybe not 30 years, but I think it'll be a fair while. 13 was the last one they won, wasn't it?
What do you mean? Last cup they won?
No, last league.
2013.
Yeah, I think it was. Fergie's last one, wasn't it? They had
United. I was looking at you talking about Liverpool. I was nah. Yeah, no, it was 2013. Was it not the... It was they won it when we played them, didn't we? Swansea played them. Or we had to give them a guard of honour or something. I can't remember.
Yeah. It was that season.
That was the game, yeah. Did they win that one when Van Persie scored that goal against Aston Villa? Was it that season or was that the season before?
Yeah, it was the season Van Persie went there. It was Fergie's last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he was like, I'll give him the ball and he'll score the goals and we'll win the league.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But that's what Man United are missing. They're missing a manager with Anyway, that was my...
I could name about 10 to 15 players in that squad who are deadwood and are still starting week in, week out.
I'm glad you highlighted that point because that kind of brings me on to my next topic.
Go
on. Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire.
We have spoken about him in the group chat many times over the last couple of days. And I've made myself quite clear, and I think you lot have agreed with me, that Harry Maguire is not a terror. He's had bomb threats, at time of recording. He's had a bomb threat.
I'm not being funny though. I'm not being funny. You can be the worst football player in the world, but to have bomb threats is ridiculous.
It's exactly the same.
Up, like
if you
need to grow up,
just turn Siri on again.
We've been down the Swans this year, right? And certain players haven't been playing very well at times. We won't name names because we probably have before. But if a certain player don't play well, I get frustrated in the stands. I stand there and I go, he's rubbish and all this, he needs to sort himself out and all that. But when I leave our stadium, I leave it there.
Listen, mate, you go to Tesco, right? You go to Tesco, whatever, and you've been, I don't know, someone's been rude to you or whatever. You don't send a bomb to their house.
No, it's ridiculous, isn't it? People need to grow up. Grow up.
It's totally ridiculous. However, Harry Maguire, right, that was my point. And what I wanted to say was, again, kind of with staying with Manchester United, we're moving on a little bit. I don't think Harry Maguire is as bad as people make out. I don't think he is actually a bad football player at all. The problem is, once again, Manchester United.
They have ruined his career
They've
because
totally
he gets dug out now for
yeah.
everything.
And I'm comparing him to David Moyes, yeah? For a long time, Manchester United ruined David Moyes' career.
Oh, yeah.
He's stuck with it, and fair play, he's really made a good go of this West Ham team. And all credit to him. He's done really well. This will be the same with Harry Maguire, because there's going to come a point now when Harry Maguire, oh, you're not good enough for our football club, blah, 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 blah. What is your football club, essentially? What style of football does your football club play? You brought Cristiano Ronaldo back in, who will score goals and, win the league for anyone. So he's essentially Manchester United at the minute. That's what I go as far as to say. I can't see goals coming from, Liverpool. Did they score a goal against Liverpool?
No, yeah.
What's the score on aggregate against Liverpool? Like 8-0?
9, wasn't it?
9-0, there we are. Cristiano Ronaldo will score from. The defence, they look terrible without Varane.
I don't lie, mate. They look terrible with Varane.
With Varane, without Varane, okay? But Harry Maguire has been put at the centre of this, as because he's the club captain or whatever. He wasn't brought in there to, he was brought in to play that style of football. That style of football doesn't suit him. So why buy a player who plays a style of football that doesn't suit you?
That's United all over. That's, it's the Ronaldo thing. And I'm not for 1 minute being one of these, Ronaldo's a problem. He's not. They'd be mid-table without him this season.
I know exactly what you're saying.
They brought in a player, and I do believe that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer might still be at the club if Ronaldo hadn't been brought in. Because I think they brought in a player that derailed his plans completely, Ole. He had the team he wanted. Yeah. Ronaldo was brought in simply to stop City buying him. He doesn't suit the game plan they had. It had to adapt. In fairness, he scored the goals, right? They would be, like I said, mid-table.
You're not going to leave him out, do you? You're not going to leave Ronaldo.
No, but he does score the goals.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree.
He'd be mid-table without them. By no means is he the problem. Anyone who says so, quite frankly, is an idiot.
Yeah, but let me ask you this in return to that, though. In the next 10 years, is Ronaldo still going to be there?
No, but you could say that about a lot of their players.
Well, no, you can't. Not about Rashford's still going to be playing football in 10 years' time.
Terrible recently.
No, but in
Rashford, I don't rate Marcus Rashford.
In 10 years' time, he'll still be playing football.
Not for Manchester United.
Whether it's Manchester United or not, he'll still be playing football. Cristiano Ronaldo in 10 years' time, how old would he be? Knocking on 50 in 10 years' time. He's not still going to be playing football. There's a potential he might if he keeps his body, because he is, but any normal, player in 10 years' time at the age of 36, 37 will not be playing football. That's my point. Why bring in Cristiano Ronaldo, who you're only going to get about 2 seasons out of, maybe 3 maximum? Why not, start this 10-year plan, whatever. Start bringing who's that youngster that came on?
Hannibal, wasn't it? Or something
Hannibal, there we are, yeah. And all the commentators, both the commentators were saying, he looks like he's got a bit of guts about it and this, that, and the other. That's the sort of player.
I like the look of Elanga as well.
Yeah, Elanga. Even Led when he goes back. That's the future of Man United.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the future. So
I'd like to put a word in for Scott McTominay, to be completely honest. I think he gets
he gets bashed as well. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think he's that bad. I really don't think he's that bad. I'm not saying he's world class, right? I'm not saying if United get back to the heights.
Neither was Michael Carrick.
Carrick was quality, though. I rate Carrick very, very, very highly.
I'm not saying I don't, I'm not saying it, but he wasn't. He was English, wasn't he? Or was he? No, that's Darren Fletcher. I'm thinking English, But Darren Fletcher was another one. They weren't world-class players. Fabio wasn't a world-class player.
Park.
He was good. He was good.
Yeah, he was good, but he just worked his ass off. Technically, he wasn't.
Well, exactly.
Brilliant. Wasn't the best player in the league. Never set it alight, but he just worked his ass off.
The players in this Manchester United team now, I think technically are more gifted than the players who the golden era of Sir Alex Ferguson's reign, right? And, well, I say the golden era, not like the class of 92 or nothing, but like, when we were growing up.
Yeah.
And that Manchester United team and Alex Ferguson would walk all over this team.
You look at that starting 11, though, from Fergie's time. How many egos are in there? Tevez, none. Ronaldo.
I wouldn't have even said that, because there's no way he would have had any egos. Yeah, okay, outside of the dressing room, but inside the dressing room, on the training pitch and on the field, none, because you all answered to Ferguson.
It is a different game these days, because you can't speak to people the way Roy Keane wants to speak to people.
Why not, though?
I agree with you. I think, if they're pulling
everybody needs a dressing down now and again.
You can't the fact of the matter is, you've got to mollycoddle players these days. You have to. You've got to be
No,
like,
I don't
oh,
think.
you were
No,
brilliant today, Paul.
no,
You were
I don't
brilliant,
think you have
Bruno.
to.
Well done, Bruno. At least you had fun.
At
Well
least you have
done.
fun.
Taking part
I
counts,
think
Bruno.
a lot of it has got to do with like behind the scenes with like the agents and all that, and a lot of the players go talk. What it's all
Yeah,
a lot of
the
that.
fact of the matter is, they're absolutely petrified that if they upset somebody, one of the players, they're gonna come out to an interview like, "Oh, I hate the club. I want to leave. The manager's crap." Like they're petrified. The players hold all the power these days, and it's the same with Ollie. He lost the dressing room, so he lost his job.
Yeah,
The
but
players had him out.
He wasn't a superb manager.
No, he was. I'm not saying that by any means, but he wasn't the problem.
No, I know. Yeah, I know he wasn't the problem.
He wasn't a solution, but he wasn't a problem either.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it was. Yeah, well, you hit the nail on the head there. Fair play. He wasn't the solution, but he wasn't the problem either.
I think, what did I put in the chat yesterday with the boys? I said United, and it goes back to the Ronaldo signing. United sign stars regardless of whether they fit into the game plan.
Yeah, you spot on, but yeah.
Liverpool take players who aren't necessarily stars, like Jota came from mid-table Wolves. Diaz came from playing in Portugal, with all due respect. He's a quality player. Great league as well, because some gems coming out of there, but compared to the Premier League, exactly. He's not a star, is he? That's what I'm saying. Even Salah was underwhelming at Chelsea, played all right at Roma, but at that point, Serie A was a bit,
It was,
it's getting back to the levels now a little bit. But, they take these players who aren't necessarily stars, Liverpool, and they pick them because they fit into the game plan. And because they fit into the game plan, they make them stars.
Yeah.
Whereas United aren't looking for that. They aren't looking for who's going to fit where. I don't know.
With United,
the Sancho signing, right? I'll give them this. The Sancho signing on paper was perfect. They needed someone on that right-hand side. Pogba don't like playing there. Rashford prefers it on the left, right? Dan James left. Perfect on paper. They played him on the left for a lot of the season.
Oh, yeah. I can't work it out. But then, to argue that point, what's the point of buying Alexis Sanchez? What's the point of buying...
That was purely just to nick him off Arsenal, I think.
Yeah,
they were just hoping for another Robin Van Persie.
All they're doing there is just signing. They're selling shirts. They're looking just to shift a few shirts in the club shop, because that, as higher up in the higher echelons, whatever the word is, I don't know, but hierarchy. In the club, hierarchy, the hierarchy of the club. That's all they're interested. Just spend a bit of money, make sure we're turning a profit. Yeah. Don't worry about the football.
Oh, speaking of,
I never thought, by the way, I'd ever feel sorry for a Man United fan. And you're right.
I don't.
You don't, do?
No, not particularly. Speaking of moving away from football matters, I know someone has really, really ground your gears this week, Al. A bit of news about a potential halftime interviews.
Oh, that, yeah. I had that.
Not a fan, are you? Not a fan.
No. What's the point? What is the point? I even tweeted about it. Did I tweet about it on the podcast?
You did, yeah, you did.
Did I? Did. Oh, well, go and have a look at my tweet, everyone. Yeah, I can't fathom who on earth in the Premier League or the FA or whoever is in charge of it, who thought this is going to be a good idea, and who thought it would be even remotely popular. It's just been faced with a total resounding no by the sounds of things. Or from everything I've seen.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's like...
But it's very sort of, at what point do we bring sort of cheerleaders and pom-poms in and, it's not football, is it? It's not football. Fair enough, have an interview at the end of the game, because, the managers don't have to talk to the players. They don't have to do anything. They'll obviously share their thoughts of the game with the players and blah, 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 and then they come out when there's all finished. They got stuff to do at half-time. They're busy. They're working. They're essentially working, and you're pulling them out for a chat. You wouldn't be able to do that anywhere else. I don't get to do that in my job. You don't get to do that in your job.
No. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I just think absolutely nobody asked for it.
Nobody cares, though.
But it's like the Premier League. People are going, all right, VAR needs sorting out. These referees are crap. It's like the 5 subs, so imbalanced and all this. And they're like, we're all like, do something about the Premier League. Come on, do something about it. Then they go, what about...
managers?
half-time interviews with
Yeah.
managers, and everyone's like, no,
That
just
wasn't the answer. No, wrong. But
not at
no,
all.
now you've mentioned referees. I think it'd be more beneficial to have an halftime chat with the referee.
I'd absolutely love a full-time
Yeah.
interview with a
Full
ref.
time and halftime. There we are. We've solved it.
Hold them to account. What did you see?
Yeah. What did you see? Did you agree? Do you wish you changed that or whatever? I think there we are. Send him off as just solved that. Half-time and full-time chats with the referees.
I don't think we can claim like that. You know,
I'm claiming it.
You
I'm
are
claiming
you?
it. Yes, that's all me.
Send him
Trademark.
off. It's
Yeah.
all you. Not
Totally
even
me.
me. It's all you.
Yeah, I'll get it. If it goes well, I'll share it. If it goes wrong, I'll hold my hands up.
There we are. Well,
yeah, there we are.
Can you imagine Mike Dean on that? I know he's retiring, but he'd love it. Like, I just think sometimes, like Keith Stroud needs no more.
I feel like Mike Dean would put a little moustache on or something.
Yeah,
just to, he'd put a little silly moustache
he would,
on.
wouldn't he? He'd probably put a different accent on every week.
Yeah,
like he would, wouldn't he? He'd be there after one game, just like in like a French, like Joey Barton or Steve McLaren in it. Like, he would. He's a clown. But do you know what? I say that I'll miss Mike Dean.
Do you know, I will say Mike Dean was the main character when but I kind of like it though, because since what was his name?
Howard Webb, is it?
No, Howard Webb, he was another one, but the Italian man.
I never big eyes man. I never know his name.
His name was Gianluigi Collina. Gianluigi Collina. That was his name. Totally forgot his name for a minute there. He was the first main character referee, not for any wrong reason. He was a superb referee, and he was the boss on the field. No,
Yeah, you did the cut out. Go on.
Have I frozen there?
You're back. Did
I? At what point did I cut out?
He was the boss.
I do apologize, everyone. He was the boss. Yes, he was indeed the boss. Now the referees aren't the boss. They're sort of the men who stand in the middle, and they kind of take the spotlight every now and again. Collina didn't care about being the boss. He just wanted. He didn't care about being the star man. He just wanted to be the boss. He was in charge of the game. What's his name? Mike Dean, Keith Stroud, Kevin Friend, I'd say.
I don't think Friend is that bad. Bobby Madley, I don't like.
Bobby Madley, another one, yeah. Very,
Mike Dean.
They take the stage.
When your club isn't in the Premier League, he's brilliant. He's so good to watch.
Yeah.
If you see a team, if you see a game as a referee, Mike Dean, you're like, right, I might watch that. Yeah. But he knows it. He knows it as well. Like, he loves it.
But how weird is that though? Like, you're tuning into a game because there's a referee.
I know.
Think about that.
Keith Stroud.
That doesn't happen in basketball. I couldn't tell you if like I watch NBA sometimes. I'm not like an avid. I do like watching it, but I've never. I couldn't tell you like any referees that officiate any games in the NBA or even rugby. What was his name?
Nigel Owens.
Nigel Owens.
There's a couple in rugby. Wayne Barnes is quite a bit. He's quite a divisive character, but referees in football these days, particularly in England, I think, are celebrities in their own right. Like Mark Clattenburg, Howard
Webb,
Bobby Madley.
Is Mark Clattenburg over in Dubai now?
I don't know where he is, mate. I'm
not sure. He's
an enigma.
He's an enigma.
And he's disappeared off the face of the planet. He was good. I always thought he was quite a good ref. The one I really don't like, if we're on the bashing refs, Jared Gillett, the Australian fella.
Who?
Jared Gillett, is it? The Australian guy.
Is he a Prem referee?
He's done a couple. He refed a couple. I think he refed I think it was a Fulham game. Oh no, I won the Fulham game. It was he had a shocker down the Swanscombe, if you like.
Swanscombe.
No, he had a shocker.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was all my. Have you got any other points you wanted to highlight?
No, Ten Hag is my main.
Ten Hag
point this week.
Well, how do you reckon he'd get off?
I think he'll do all right.
Next season.
Yeah. I think he'll do all right. I think given I think there need to be his transfers in the summer, not the clubs. But I think under Rangnick they will be.
Well, that remains to be seen.
We'll see. I wanna quickly touch on.
I genuinely thought you were going to burst into song there and say you want to be a billionaire. So
Well,
freaking
so
bad.
freaking mad, yeah, yeah.
So freaking bad.
I just want to say, Burnley have won tonight. They've beaten Southampton. We're recording this on Thursday night, rather late, and
Thursday the what? The 21st of April.
it is the 21st of April.
Yeah.
Little time capsule for you all.
There
So
we go.
Burnley have just won. They're 1 point from safety. Are they staying up? Or are Everton in real danger? 1 point off the top,
Everton.
1 game in hand.
If I was an Everton fan, I would be cacking my pants. I gotta be honest. I don't think I've seen Everton in this much trouble for. Well, I certainly don't remember them. I'm not saying I've
No, me
been
neither.
around and
Well, they've
but
never been relegated from the Premier League.
they've never been. Yeah, but they haven't always had money. Haven't
Yeah.
always had the money they've had, and
I've
never remembered them being like this.
In the last decade, they are something like, I don't have it in front of me, I'm doing it from memory, 7th or 8th in the world for net spend.
Net spend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
for
on
like,
who though? Like Alex Iwobi
yeah, well,
and
it's
Ross
40 million.
Townsend.
Gylfi Sigurdsson cost him about 50, didn't he?
Yeah, but that was 50.
Townsend was free though. But like,
No one's ever free.
Dele Alli cost him 40 million, didn't he?
That's what I mean.
Why?
Why? Well, there we are. Why? Players like that are not. I don't know. I don't want to get into it again because I'm just going to go off on what I did. And
Isn't it mad that next year potentially we could be seeing, like Dele Alli in the Championship?
Dele Alli, well, never mind, not that one.
Allen.
Jordan Pickford, Allen.
Oh, I don't think they'll stay though. They want to stay. Pickford would be mad to stay if he wants to play for England.
Well, that's the question though, because I think Everton, they've obviously got the money. They're not going to, money's not going to fall out the, fall down the toilet, is it? They're going to keep the money they've got or whatever. They've got enough money floating around the club, so they'll be able to pay the players they've got.
Yeah.
So who will stay and who will go? I think it'll be a question of reputation, really.
Yeah, who wants
Pickford
to stay?
will go. Dele Alli, I don't know whether he cares anymore.
If they go down, I could see Rooney going down.
Yeah, well, actually, that could be a fairy tale, couldn't it? That could be quite a fairy tale. Yeah.
I think the problem is, like, I'd like to see him go down, to be honest with you. I got nothing against him. I think it'll be sort of the opposite of a Leicester thing. I think it's nobody safe, really. Everton probably would have been targeting a top 6 finish this year at the start of the season, given the squad they had and the manager they've had, especially Ancelotti last year. For 2 weeks, people talking about winning the league last year.
Yeah, I know.
So I think it will prove that anybody can go down, and I quite like it. But from a Swansea point of view,
a wasted point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's going to be a wasted
from a Swansea
position.
point of view, they go straight back up. So that's one less place for us to fight for, really. So I am torn a little bit, as Natalie and Imbruglia once said. I think on that note, we should wrap it up.
Well, hang on, just before we do, if Everton stay up, it'll be Burnley, Watford, and Norwich to go down, right?
Yeah.
If Everton do go down, Everton, Watford, and Norwich, presumably.
Yeah.
So there, I can already see 2 places. I think automatics will be gone.
Yeah.
So based on that, I think I'd rather Burnley go down because I can't see Burnley doing anything. But anyway, that'll be a story for a different day.
That is one for another day. We'll leave you to it. Thank you guys for listening. Find us on all socials. I
apologise for cutting out in the middle there. Thanks for sticking around, but it
wasn't very long, nobody.
Oh, wasn't it?
It was all right, man. Things happen.
Right. Nice to have a little break.
Yeah, exactly. A little breather. Speaking of, we'll leave you to it until next week. We'll give you a breather where we've got quite an exciting little episode, haven't we, next week?
Oh,
we're quite we're quite excited with this one. We've been it's been in the works for a while. It's been cooking.
Yeah, it's been in the works for quite a while. It's nearly ready.
It is nearly ready. We'll see you next week, and thank you guys for listening. Ta-ra.
Take care.